I made this from this. To make a sword, we need to first get a rough form, and for that, we need to start with measuring and marking first the tip of the sword and then the base of the sword. A satisfying first cut. We need to be careful here as it shapes how the entire project will go. Originally, the idea was to have thicker handle than the blade. That's why I am cutting out some notches over here, but unfortunately I messed up, which you will see how in a bit. Here, I rushed myself and made marks without even measuring. Here on the right, if you can see, the line is not straight at all, and I used that line as the base to make my cuts. Here I am making those awful cuts. That's going to change the trajectory of this project. Hopefully I was able to redeem myself from it, so no major dramas. Here I am fixing it by cutting off the extra width. Now let's get started with the hilt of the sword. Make sure that we get all our measuring and marking right this time, so we don't have to go back and fix it again. But that's how it happens. I just used a drill bit over here to drill through the hilt and make that center cavity through which the handle could pass through, and just a quick file, and we were ready. Here comes the magic. Oh, this was the most satisfying part. So our underlying form is ready. Now we need to put a edge on our blade. For that I tried using the miter cut from the miter saw, but I messed it up again. I could not use it. Still learning, so here I am. I gave up the ambition of using the miter saw, and I fell back to the good old ways of doing the things with a file and a lot of elbow grease. You can actually see the jagged edges the miter saw left. And I'm gonna blame my tools. I actually thought it was way past the point where it could be recovered, but I was quite happy with how it turned out. Let's give a quick file to the handle as well. This was like really satisfying. This is how I imagined it to be, and no dramas. I would have always filed it. So less disappointing. Shaping up the hilt, I wanted it to be a bit have a bit more character. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I was happy with my marks, so I went on and gave some initial cuts, sanded it off, and I just came up with a shape as I go. This is the first time ever using a sander, so I was quite happy. I was having fun, and it turned out really good. A lot better than I expected. So these curved bits were just an idea I had as I went. And this is how it looks after I have sanded the blade, the hilt. Quite happy with it. Just sanding off the handle to give it a nice smooth finish. And here we are, all nice and ready. I decided to put two stains on it. I wanted the hilt to be a lot darker to match with the handle work that my wife did for me. So she's like really good with macrame and she did that. And this is how it ended up looking. Nice, beautiful sword. Fairly happy with it. Made myself a handle as well. That's my wife's handiwork. So that in combat I don't lose my sword.